Hi, I'm back and welcome to Christian Books Club. And I'm probably going to make this 2 videos and then I'm going to be done for today. And this next chapter is called Renew Your Mind in Your Life. And I think these 2 videos are the last chapter of the book. So I think I'm done with this book today. But I will be back tomorrow with the next book that I continue with. So this is called Renew Your Mind in Your Life. So how do you do that? So first thing is identify the thought you seek to change, what thought lies behind it, and why it motivates you to act. Break it down. So why do you do it? Break it down. What people do, or what, I think it's what people do link their brain with their thoughts. But so let's say you want to change your relationship with a person. Think of them as a drug. Which thoughts are feeding that person and helping you grow? What circumstances force you to go to the drug more than you would like? Maybe anger, money, guilt, shame. So think of that person or that relationship as a drug. Why do you keep going? Or what's feeding that person and what's helping you grow? Or maybe why do you keep going back to that person? Because of anger, because of money, because of guilt, because of shame? I mean, we all need help sometimes, but it doesn't mean that we should keep going to the same person because we are angry. We shouldn't go to a person always because of money or guilt or shame. When identifying a difficult thought, you can be certain that you will have to challenge even more complex thoughts. So when identifying a difficult thought, you can be certain that you will have to challenge even more complex thoughts. It is easy to feel overwhelmed by this attempt. But all the different pieces gives you a place to start and lay the foundation. So renew your mind and your life. The first thing, identify your thought. So when identify your thought, and the next thing is evaluate the thought. So identify the thought, evaluate the thought. Is it true, necessary, normal, or helpful? So is that thought true, necessary, normal, or helpful? Does it point to something deeper? Does it make an external change in behavior? So apply that to changing your relationship with a person like a drug. Is it true that you do the drug more than you would like? Why do you turn to the drug? Do you feel uneasy around them? So let's say you feel sad. Your thought then is, I feel sad. To evaluate that thought, ask yourself why you feel sad. Do you lack friends? Do you want more friends? What might be standing in the way of you making friends? Do you project a negative attitude that pushes people away? So where does the negative attitude come from? Do you talk at people instead of with them, or instead of listening to them? So sad thoughts and feelings are normal, and not every thought needs to be replaced. Just listen to your thoughts and feelings instead. Evaluating negative thoughts is not to make them go away. Some negative thoughts cause positive actions. To make a decision of what kind of changes you need to make. So next one is replace, don't resist. The ability to control yourself approach to change typically fails. Don't struggle trying to move the thought that only makes it worse. Dwelling on a bad thought within the conditions of resisting strengthens the cells of that bad thought. Neglect negative thoughts so that the cells associated with them become weak, and replace those negative thoughts with positive ones so that those cells can be strengthened. Instead of saying I am sad because nobody likes me, but say I am delighted to meet new people. A behavior you seek to change, replace it with an activity you find enjoyable. Instead of separating yourself, you may have to replace a negative thought again and again, but keep at it. So retain with imagination. So where is it? So retain with imagination. One second. There we go. So we know the brain can't tell the difference between imagining an action and doing it for real. So take time to imagine and rehearse the good, or say the good, positive behaviors you wish to establish. So let's go back to the example with changing your relationship with the person. So close your eyes and pretend you're at Thanksgiving or you feel uneasy. Imagine yourself walking past a bottle in the refrigerator. Now imagine yourself opening the refrigerator door and reaching for a carton of eggnog instead. So how heavy is a carton of eggnog? What smells fill the air? So the more you practice good actions in your mind, the more likely you are to convince these good actions into automatic behaviors. So if you have bad actions, you need to fill those with positive ones. So number 5, introducing a new element. So in this stage, we have identified a thought you wish to change, and you're working to replace that thought with positive one. You're also imagining yourself putting that positive thought into action, repeating it in your mind until you've programmed it as an automatic behavior. The next step is to progress problematic links by introducing new positive elements and emotions. So new elements was a practice. Just saying that he used to. Let's see. So taking good actions and relinking positive feelings to them instead. So let's say you feel angry whenever you think of a time you go into a heated argument with a person. So share the memory of this argument multiple times with people you feel safe with, and in a places you feel safe. Your brain will think, or your brain over time will relink feelings of safety to the memory. You can also pray for your relationship. So if you feel angry with somebody, and you get into a heated argument with a friend, share that memory with someone you feel safe with. So number 6, repeat, rehearse, repent. So you might have heard that you can create a new habit in 21 days. But you also might have heard that change in the brain takes 30 days. So it can take mere moments for a song to get stuck in your head, and it can take forever to remember that one guy's name with what's his face. So it's easy to remember a song and get that stuck in your head, but it's much harder to remember a person by the name. The amount of time it takes to use a change varies from person to person. Every brain is different. So change may come more quickly for one person than the person standing next to them. So change might come very quickly for me, but the next person, change might take a lot of time. So the amount of time it takes to change also depends on how much, or also depends on how a belief is inside a person's brain. So neurons take a while to unlink and form new connections. So remember that you are analyzing a highway and building a new one. For you to start, if you start to feel less confident by how long it takes taking you to make a change, think about it again. So if you feel discouraged about how long it's taking you to make a change, then think about it again. Think about it again. Even if the understanding highway still exists, be happy over how many concrete material you've removed so far. So the next point is, so I'm going to stop it here, and I'm going to make it another video to finish the chapter. I think after that it's done. So I'm going to stop it here and continue on.